Thanks for checking out this film review from the Dead Man's Party podcast. You could find our full archive of every unedited show if you subscribe to The Skeleton Crew on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to support Dead Man's Party on Patreon. Link in the description. Enjoy the review. What's up, guys? It's July. This is Dead Man's Party, and we are celebrating the summer in the best way we know how. Chris, the Ghoul, and myself are getting together this July to bring you Point Break Month. That's right, Point Break 1991, starring Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves. It is collectively our favorite summer movie ever. It's my favorite movie of all time. And we knew that this review was going to be a big one. We knew this wouldn't go the regular 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour 15, maybe an hour and a half. We knew none of that was going to happen with Point Break. And this movie deserves to get the extravaganza it's getting on Dead Man's Party. So, July 1st will be part 1, July 8th will be part 2, July 15th will be part 3, and July 22nd will be part 4. It'll roughly add up to 4 hours. Each show should be about 1 hour. And if anything, the final show, the fourth one's either going to go a little short or even a little longer. But either way, it's going to be a 4-parter extravaganza. Point Break, 100% pure adrenaline, Dead Man's Party. So grab your sex wax, your surfboards, your parachutes, and your guns, because this summer, Dead Man's Party heads to LA. We are going to find the biggest surf this planet has ever seen, and you will be there. This is part 1 of Point Break Month. Be sure to follow it up with part 2, July 8th. Wow, I can't believe I just pressed record on a Point Break review.
Wild.
What's up, bruh? My name is Al. I got my sex wax. My name is Punk, quarterback Punk. Oh. And the little hand says it's time to rock and roll. And I'm here with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What?
Chris, what's going on? How are you?
Speak into the microphone, squid brain.
You're a real blue flame special, aren't you, son? Young, dumb, full of cum. I know. What I don't know is how you got yourself on this podcast. I guess we just must have ourselves an asshole shortage, huh?
Not so far.
Hey! And I'm here with the guy who's gotta go down! What's wrong, Ghoul?
Okay, I'm screwed. I'm gonna go to jail, and I'll pay, and Alex Edwards is gonna get his guy.
Yeah, that knee again. Yeah, this podcast, this show will be 100% pure adrenaline. Other guys snort for it, some jab a vein, when all you gotta do is listen. Wow, we were really going out with this one.
Nice. No, this is amazing. That was fucking amazing.
Oh, shit.
Awesome.
Obviously, guys, unless you live under a rock, we're reviewing Point Break 1991. Wow. What a great reason to get out of 1990.
Oh, yeah, we're making progress, man. We're really moving forward.
Getting there.
Leaps and bounds.
Maybe by like 2030 we'll be at like 95.
So this was directed by Catherine Bigelow, who was married to James Cameron. If you couldn't tell, she was getting a little help, I think.
Hey, she's a fucking fantastic director. I don't know if you guys have seen a couple of her other movies.
I saw Near Dark once, but it's been a long time ago.
I love Near Dark. She also did one with Jamie Lee Curtis that came out in 1990 called Blue Steel. I just watched it for the first time last year. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I've always heard of that. I don't even know what it's about, though.
It's we can talk about it off air, but it's a really good thriller. Definitely worth checking out, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Writers Rick King and W. Peter Liff. Starring Patrick Swayze as Bodhi, Keanu Reeves as Johnny Utah, Gary Busey as Pappas, Lori Petty as Tyler, John McGinley as Ben Harp. Squat! 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 James LeGros as Roach. John Philbin as Nathaniel. Bajesse Christopher as Gromit. Anthony Kiedis as Tone. I didn't know his name was Tone.
Yeah, I didn't either till I looked it up this time. I was like, Tone?
Well, you know what? To look his character's name up would be a waste of time.
That's why we didn't do it. It would be a waste of time. Lee Turgison as Rosie, and that was a major shocker because Rosie just came off to me as like some weird like Rob Zombie kind of guy. Like he just seemed like in a world of his own, like someone.
He's in a different movie.
His character on Oz, he's like a lawyer who goes to jail because he accidentally like hit and kills a person on a bike, and he's only supposed to be there for a while. And he ends up becoming like one of the most hardcore characters. But he's like this uptight, clean kind of guy, which is like the kind of guy who I think he should be. But seeing him in this and then Wayne's World, it just like throws me off.
Dude, him in Wayne's World, I love you, man. No, I love you. No, you don't. Like, I cannot believe that's Rosie. That is out of this world.
Yeah.
And that one last chick, who like is the one who works on the computer for the guys
I like her
in the police station. She was in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
Yes.
Yep.
How weird is that?
Well, that's one of the other. The other one I have is the FBI agent who gets stabbed.
Right.
He's in Creepshow too. He's in The Raft. He's the other guy.
Motherfucker! I got that in my notes. I was going to bring that up later.
Chris, I didn't notice that until 2 hours ago when I was rewatching it.
I didn't notice it until I rewatched it this week. We'll get to that part though. Just save it.
That's why, Alex, when you sent the picture and I said mucho ecological,
I didn't know what you were talking. I was like, why is he saying that?
I had a feeling you didn't.
I just went along. I was like, ha ha ha. I didn't even know what you were talking about.
So, when did you guys first see this movie? Because I saw it in the theater. I got drug into this movie kicking and screaming. I did not want to see it. I was 15. I was 15 years old. We were at the mall on a Friday night, just walking around as we did. We had a theater in our mall. I was with 3 other guys, and they basically entrapped me. They were like, hey, let's go see Point Break. And I hadn't heard of it. I hadn't seen the commercials for it or anything. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I went over, like, looked at the poster, and I was like, oh, what? That looks terrible. I don't want to see this shit. But they all wanted to see it. So we went in, and like 30 minutes in, I was like engrossed in the fucking thing. Probably not even that long. Probably like 10, 15 minutes in, I was completely sucked in. And I've been a diehard fucking fan of this movie ever since then.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Mine had just kind of creeped into my life when I was between 12 and 13 years old, I think. And just like Chris from Jump, I was just like, wow, so this is how good movies are? Like, I was like, this is exactly what I'm into. And I guess the one thing that stuck out to me most, I wonder if it's the trailer or what, but when he says, the little hand says it's time to rock and roll, and he busts out of that van, like, that was the thing that really, that captured me, I guess, at that time, and that I always carried with me. But yeah, so I would say, 1992 or 3 is when I started watching
So you
this.
probably saw it, like, when it hit cable?
You pray HBO, probably.
Now think about this. This movie came out 3 years before the Ghoul was even born. Doesn't that make you feel old, dude?
Yes.
I was 15.
God. I was 11 or 12.
Wow. Yeah, so mine is obviously highly different. So I definitely remember seeing this pop up again, like we always say, like, it made its cable run, like TNT, Spike, shit like that, but I just never really got into it until probably like 2015 or 16. It was after I had watched the first John Wick, and I was like, fuck, like, I gotta go back on like a Keanu kick. And I just bought a bunch of Blu-rays, and this was like in full, hadn't seen it, so I bought it, and I watched it, funnily enough, not even in the summer. I watched it in like November of, I think, like 2016 for the first time in full.
Oh my God! So just like not even 8 years ago?
Not
Holy
even. Yeah,
shit,
right.
Dude.
But from the first time I watched it, fucking like just captured me within the first like 10 minutes. Like as soon as you see those ex-presidents go into that fucking first heist, and they're just like high energy, and they're not like really bad guys. Like they're just kind of like even though, but that's the thing. I had also the history of Swayze and Keanu behind it all, so I had all that. So going into it, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what these guys do. Yeah, it just fucking took me in, and I'm like, this is at least a once a year watch, if not.
Oh yeah, every summer.
Yeah, or not once a week for the last month for me.
Oh God, I think I watched it 3 times in the span of 5 days.
Jesus.
This is the play I got going on in the background. This is the 3rd time in the last 12 hours.
The Ghoul said he slept down there so that it could play while he's sleeping.
Yep.
That's amazing. And
just soak into his psyche.
Oh yeah.
I was like half awake on the couch, like turned away from the TV, and the chase was playing, and just hearing the music, I could see what was going on in my head, not even looking at the screen.
Oh, the chase. God damn, I can't wait till we talk about that.
Yeah, I can honestly say I lived and breathed this movie all week. And against all odds, I hardly had the time, but somehow I was able to do it.
You were too busy watching a guy take a shit in a tent.
That's 100% pure adrenaline, too. So, yeah, Point Break, man.
Is this going to take a really long time?
Yes.
Oh, so you have to tell Tyler a yes?
Oh, God.
So we can start with the Alex effect that I teased last night that Chris doesn't know yet. You can start it right off the rip. Chris, this is wild. So last week we redid Terminator.
Right.
1 and 2. Today we're doing Point Break. 1991. Do you know what movie came out July 4th weekend, and then what movie came out the weekend after? Terminator 2 and then Point Break.
Oh my.
You believe
And what are
this?
the odds we just so happened by some stroke of luck?
Oh my God. You should release Terminator 2 before the first Terminator.
Keep it in line with Predator.
Predator, yeah.
I should, right? Just like, what is this? I was like, well, donate to Patreon and maybe I'll start doing things right. This movie actually begins and ends in a rain scene.
God damn it. Fucking had that in my notes too.
You're blowing the Ghoul up already.
So it starts off Johnny's target practicing in the rain, which is kind of funny. Like, is that you know about guns? Do they do that to see if you could shoot in any conditions or something, or what was the reason he had to do his test in the rain?
If I had to guess,
Do they want to reschedule?
they would just do it indoors. Actually, most shooting ranges, like I feel like things like that are indoors just because. But obviously, this is 91. We're on pure, like, we're making action movies. We got to show how fucking badass Keanu is.
I thought it was because they wanted to make sure if he was ever in a shootout in a rainstorm that he looked hot. A fucking tight black shirt, his slicked back wet hair, rolling around, firing that gun.
That thumbs up.
100% Utah! So how about how they keep splicing it, like interspliced between back and forth with him and Bodhi? Bodhi is like having this Zen life experience, discovering himself on the waves. Johnny is like accomplishing all this amazing stuff, 100%. Like they're both at like, in weird ways, like peaks.
Yeah, in their like respective like life paths, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So Johnny transfers to LA and he's gonna work there in the FBI.
So when you guys first saw it in the theaters, were you shocked to find out that Bodhi and his crew were the actual people that Utah was looking for?
No, I mean, even though I hadn't seen the previews or anything, it was pretty apparent that that's what they were showing.
Yeah, because I've always wondered
at least what my memory tells me.
Yeah, I've always wondered that. Like, was the lead off of like the other guy's crew being not the right ones, like shocking? You'd be like, oh shit, who's this other crew? And then
it wasn't like a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon where at the end they take the mask off and it's like, oh, it's old man Smithers.
Right.
I'm just amazed it was a shock to Johnny. Like, I like how he had no suspicions at all. It's like the 4 of these guys always hanging out, but no, I like these guys. They're not the ones. It must be these other losers.
Special Agent John, Utah, day number 1 in L.A. Welcome aboard. You're going over your personnel record. Very impressive.
Thank you.
You may very well have been in the top 2% of your class at Quantico, but quite frankly, son, out here you have exactly 0 hours of experience in the field. You know nothing. In fact, you know less than nothing. If you even knew that you knew nothing, that'd be something, but you don't.
Yes, sir.
You need a solid breakfast, Utah?
Sir?
All the food groups, avoiding caffeine, sugar. I like to make sure that all my people maintain sound cardiovascular fitness. They don't drink, and we sure as hell don't smoke.
Sir, I take the skin off chicken.
Good man.
Cardiovascular health, and the first guy we meet later on is Pappas. It's like, okay, you don't know your staff too well.
I cut the skin off my chicken, sir.
Yeah, good man. Yeah, I like how he kind of treats him good in the beginning because he knows how many bank robberies there are, and he like compliments him on that. He compliments on the chicken, and then all he does is pick up a donut, which they really shouldn't have if they eat so well.
That'll be good. This is us. All right, I got it. Bank robbery. And you are now in the bank robbery capital of the world.
1,322 last year in L.A. County, up 26% from the year before.
That's correct. And we nailed over 1,000 of them. Miss Deere, take a look at that for me. Thank you. Do you know how we nail the bad guys, Utah? Do you know how we nail them? By crunching data. Good crime scene work, good lab work, and most importantly, good data-based analysis. Special Agent Utah, are you receiving my signal?
Zero distortion, sir. I love these things.
Hey, you're a real blue flame special, aren't you, son? Young, dumb, and full of calm. I know. What I don't know is how you got yourself assigned out here to Los Angeles with us. I mean, hell, I guess we just must have ourselves an asshole shortage, huh?
Not so far.
Yeah, it makes his attitude towards him change immediately. Like you said, he was fine at first, but as soon as he picked up that donut and said, I love these things, he's kind of chuckles like, okay, this guy's a fucking douchebag, and gives him the whole blue flame special line. Oh, that guy is so good at that fucking rapid fire delivery as they're just walking down the hall. It feels so authentic.
He's amazing at that, yeah.
Yeah, I love Harp. He's like the perfect...
He's good in everything. I know he's probably most well-known from Scrubs, which I've only seen a few episodes, but my wife used to watch it all the time. I don't know if I'm sure you guys have seen Office Space, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking fantastic in that.
He's also... are you guys familiar with a movie called Platoon?
I knew you were going to say that because I saw that in his credits last night. Yeah. I have to rewatch that.
He's amazing because there's actually 2 people from that movie in this movie.
I think he's also in a Steven Seagal movie called On Deadly Ground. Not that I want to spend. Oh, yeah. Oh, one guy, we didn't mention in the credits, Christopher Pettit. Now, you guys know who he is?
Oh, yeah. He's from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he is also dead.
He died. He passed away at like 24 of a drug overdose.
Yeah. And who is he in this movie?
The kid who sells the surfboard to Johnny.
Oh, wow. He was in that movie. Holy shit. Yeah, he's one of the siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Oh, my God, I've seen that movie so many fucking times. I didn't remember him being in that, though, till you just said that.
Yeah, that's him.
He died at 24?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Oh, wait, guys, we got to stop.
Oh, shit.
It's 10:30.
Oh, shit.
It's time for lunch, guys. I'm starving. I could eat the ass end out of a dead rhino right now.
All right, let's do this.
You guys don't know this, but we're going to do this on the air.
Hold on, I got to go get mine. I'll be right back.
Not that you could see. Oh, my God, he's going to have it with him? Go ahead.
I'll say I'll get mine.
So we are, in honor of the late, great Pappas, we all got ourselves 2 meatball sandwiches.
It's time for lunch.
Angelo, it's 10:30.
Right around that corner, there is a sandwich shop. They sell meatball sandwiches. Best I've ever tasted. Would you go get me 2? Come on, partner. 2.
Thank you.
Utah, get me 2.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi. Can I have 2 meatball sandwiches, a tuna on wheat, and 2 lemonades, please?
and we have our lemonades, and we are going to go ahead and eat them in honor of Pappas on our Point Break review.
Damn, we should have also been reading Calvin and Hobbes comics.
Oh my god! I should have had to get me 3 of these things. So stupid. People are like, "Are they really doing this?" Yes, we are.
Yes, we're really doing this.
Here's my lemonade. Listen to this. Oh yeah.
Poured mine, and now I'm adding some lemonade vodka into it.
This is amazing. And right now we're watching Point Break. Right now Johnny is surfing with Tyler.
Tyler, we'll get to her.
Do you not like her? That's funny.
No, she's annoying.
Wow, Bodie just caught that pass. I like how Roach acts after he throws it, like as if it would be a wild thing to throw it to Bodie while he's like coming in from the surf.
Yeah, like it was the greatest thing he ever saw or something.
Whoa, nice catch! I like how they all say nice catch to Johnny as if he did something spectacular. Like, what did he do?
He caught a fucking football, exactly. Jesus.
I guess because he wasn't expecting a football to be thrown to him, it was miraculous that he caught it. I don't know.
Oh, that football scene. Can't wait.
Oh, this whole thing. I could just watch this again. Like, people don't know. It's playing in the background right now in Ghoul's view of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I could just sit here and watch it and not even talk to you guys.
I know. There it is, right there, the catch.
Wow.
Nice catch.
Look how he twirls the football in his finger.
Like a fucking basketball.
That's great. And I always assumed that after he threw it, they saw how good he threw it and said, we got to get this guy in a game because he's a quarterback.
Right.
That, as a kid, that's how I always took that.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry.
Well, we were just watching Point Break on your TV and doing a running commentary on it.
We should do a commentary on this. Let's make it a double header.
Oh my god!
I would. We basically did that with Terminator last week. Also, I only have pink lemonade in my house, but I got my meatball sub right here.
Oh yeah, let's all show our subs. Here we go. In honor of Angelo Pappas, we're gonna have a meatball sandwich. Here we go. Wow.
Huh. That's also my breakfast, and this feels fucking fantastic right now.
I'm here.
Oh.
First bite of food I've had all day.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I lied. I'm actually eating a tuna on whole wheat.
I was wondering why you weren't showing it.
No, I got meatball.
I'm just kidding. Here's my lemonade.
Ghoul, you weren't here when I poured my lemonade, then added 2 shots of lemonade flavored vodka to it.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what. It's a damn shame that they didn't actually get to eat this stuff. Because it is good, man.
Did Pappas even take one bite?
I think he gets a bite in.
A bite, okay.
I think so. We'll have to pay attention when he blows the steak out later on your screen.
Hey, you're a real Blue Flame special, aren't you, son?
I had to Google what Blue Flame Special meant. Blue Flame Special means generic knucklehead or ignorant, oversexed youth.
Wow, I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, so Pappas meets Johnny Unitas or something, some quarterback punk, when he has to go retrieve bricks at the bottom of a swimming pool. Like, why would he have to do that? He is right about that. He goes, Angelo Pappas, punk, quarterback punk. And he goes, welcome to SeaWorld, kid. And the way he jumps in, like...
Oh my god, it's so absurd.
Like he's being so outrageous. And then, did you see the guy with the timer, like, be so intent? He's, like, making sure he clicks it the second his body enters the water.
I always focus on Pappas, I guess. I never noticed that.
Yeah, look at the guy doing the timing. He's so into it. So, the ex-presidents are robbing a bank.
And their intro adding up.
Oh, my God.
Again, the gun sounds, like when they're just loading up, racking shotguns, sliding back slides on handguns. This movie especially has some of the best fucking, like, the sounds of that. The sound design, sound effects, whatever, are perfect. It just, it's like porn to me.
Yeah, when they're cocking the shotguns and stuff.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, perfect. Cocks and porns go together.
And so does Teen Wolf.
Yeah, right, it does. It really does. You don't know that, but it does. So, the president masks are Reagan, LBJ, Richard Nixon, and Carter.
They almost have this creepiness factor to the masks, like when you look at them.
Yes, there's a lot of this of when they do close-ups of Ronald Reagan, the eyes
Oh, it's so creepy.
There's also another point where you see him lick his lips, like so the tongue comes out of the mask.
I have it in my notes for later.
It looks like genuinely unnerving.
Yep. It's eerie, yeah.
It's a statement, though, honestly. Like, when Bodhi gives that speech later on about it's us against the system, you gotta remember, there are quotes where he says things like, we've been screwing you for years, so another couple minutes shouldn't matter. Like, there's a reason behind it. They didn't just go, well, we gotta rob banks, I don't want to do the old stocking cap. Let's wear masks. Okay, what kind? Want to wear Michael Myers from Halloween 2 masks or something?
He fucking beat us.
Yes! Yes! He finally participated.
Oh, no, he's got one. He participated in one last week, too, don't worry.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, Ronald Reagan uses a revolver very similar to the same revolver that Dr. Loomis uses in Halloween.
Wow. Mine was so much better. Okay, so...
Oh, there's another dumb one that might come up just for shits.
Oh, good. Was Michael Myers jump out of a fucking airplane in one of those movies? Yeah, he lands on Hannaford Memorial Hospital and goes after Lori. So, yeah, it is a nice getup, but it is kind of now anytime anyone driving around town sees these presidents run into a bank, they're gonna know, like, they're not slipping in as regular customers. It's really obvious from the second they leave their car. So that's the only downside to it, but I guess since they don't go for the vaults, you can't really do much in 90 seconds. So it really doesn't matter if you know or not in that span of time, I assume. Listen, they hit 27 banks in the span of, 15 months? So...
Right, I mean, it doesn't matter. The cops still have to have time to get there, and if they're in and out in 90 seconds... It really doesn't fucking matter what you're wearing or what you look like or anything like that. If no one's going to physically stop you, and it's not like anyone's going to try to intervene on them.
Yeah. It's also like crazy if you think about the 90 seconds can seem like both a short time and a long time depending on which end you're on. 90 seconds of a bank robbery might seem...
Oh, it might feel like 3 hours.
Right.
I was just getting ready to say that would feel like an eternity if you're in a bank with a gun robbing the motherfucker.
But 90 seconds police travel time might seem like fucking ages.
Like, even later in the movies, like, time's like 65.
We're styling.
I wish I hit the thing on my phone to see if it was really 65 with edits.
I don't know for certain, but I'm almost, like, I think I read something, granted, whatever you read on the internet is always true for sure.
Right.
Is that first one is actually 90 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good.
Well, so the two asshole cops that we mentioned, the guy from the Raft episode. And
okay, yes. So we're with them now, right? Okay.
Yeah, when you're done jerking off to MTV.
So yeah, I think I only paid attention to Alvarez in the past because he's such a dickhead.
And he's got a fucking ridiculous haircut.
Yeah, I never focused on the other guy, but on this watch, I looked at him, the other guy, and I was like, God damn, that guy looks familiar. I know I've seen him before. And I looked him up on IMDb, and it said Creepshow 2, and I was like, oh my God, that is Poncho from the Raft scene.
Isn't that amazing?
Creepshow 2, it's wild.
That's one of my favorite movies, and this is my favorite movie, and I never connected the two.
Yeah.
That's what makes this movie so great. You know what it is? It's that it has everything. It has your boss who's yelling at you all the time. It has a chick. It has asshole coworkers. It has another group of guys like the neo-Nazis. It has the cool group of guys. It has your buddy. It's a buddy cop movie with Pappas and Utah. It's everything. It's, skydiving, surfing, chases, like...
Even a tiny role like Tom Sizemore as the undercover cop, he fucking knocks it out of the park in that 2-minute scene, dude.
It's so fleshed out. Like, not only do we do the neo-Nazi thing and then we just find out, like maybe they book them and they come back, they're like, yeah, it turns out it wasn't these guys because they were actually arrested during the time that they were supposedly robbing these banks. No. There's a guy working undercover right now, and you just blew that. Like, this there's so many layers to this. The writing for this movie is so overlooked, and it's so fleshed out, and it has everything, and it never quits.
Well, think about what we were saying, like as far as like quotable lines.
Oh, God.
The fact that a line like "back off, war child," seriously, is on a shirt.
Right.
That's insane, because that's like a nothing line in any other movie. But for this one, just the way it's delivered it's a fucking quote. It's amazing.
And who said it? Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, they have to work the drop car because Johnny recommends they do that.
Chooses it, yeah.
And I guess Pappas never does that. That's like new guy shit. He's doing it, and I love, like, even those little lines. Like, I did that joke to you guys yesterday. It goes, no AC, must have been a scorcher. He goes, sweat secretions in the seat backs. Even that sticks out to me, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you done, Mr. Wizard? Let me know if you find Jimmy Hoffa under the seat.
Oh, look at this. It's 7:30. Why, the night is still so young. The way you're going, you're going to be able to solve this case and start another one, huh? Drop the car on my ass. Damn.
You've been working bank robbery, what, 22 years?
Yeah, 22 years.
And he goes, yeah, 22 years with his fingers. And he does that later with his fingers to tell him how many meatball sandwiches he wants.
Yep.
Man, L.A. has changed a lot during that time. The air got dirty and the sex got clean.
Uh-huh.
How did that happen? How did the sex get cleaner? Because they're about to find out that the Los Angeles Lakers basketball player has AIDS. So I don't think it got that clean.
Well, yeah, it was the same year.
You're
91. Yep.
It didn't get too clean.
So a guy with that kind of timing must have some theory about these guys.
Leave it alone, Johnny.
Okay, fine, you've given up. Fine. It doesn't mean I have to.
Hey, listen. Forget about it, kid. They are ghosts.
Which I love how that line, "they are ghosts," comes back to play later in the movie. It's so fucking good.
Which I never caught on until watching it this week.
I mean, I'd noticed it before, but it really hit me on this watch, how that tied in. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. What am I thinking? If you couldn't crack it with all your years of experience, it's impossible to conceive that I might have something to offer, right? Well, maybe I can do better than some over-the-hill burnout.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Maybe you ought to just take some early retirement right now and get some rent-a-cop night security job. Tell Nom stories.
Listen, you snot-nosed little shit. I was taking shrapnel and K-Sod while you were crapping in your hands and rubbing it on your face.
You mad?
Yeah, I'm mad.
Good and mad?
Yeah. What do you want to do about it?
Feels good, doesn't it? Like you're still alive, right?
Yeah.
Well, since you're still alive and you're not in the box just yet, why don't you tell me this theory of yours and we'll go get these guys?
Okay, hot shot. You want to nail the bank robbers and be a big hero?
Definitely.
Definitely. Then here it is. The ex-presidents are surfers.
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 Well, look, it's right in our face. Look at the tan line on this guy. Oh, he must be a surfer. Well, yeah.
Yeah, the dead giveaway. A tan
Yeah,
line.
that fucking ass shot LBJ who's doing it. Does it say thank you or whatever?
Thank you.
Yeah, he thanks. How do you know that the camera is right there, though?
Yeah, he centered it just fucking perfectly on that camera.
I was gonna say that's such a perfect camera transition because they show you it's the lead in from the heist to them looking at the footage. It's awesome.
Because they rewind it and look at it again.
Why wouldn't you? They got a great ass.
Yeah. I'm surprised one of them didn't go, he must work out. Like Dumb and Dumber. They're drinking, smoking, eating Chinese food. You know, the clean cardiovascular health guys.
Check out the dates on these robberies. It's strictly a summer job for these idiots.
4 months. Through October. Same the year before.
That's right. We have one more month. We won't see him till next summer.
They're traveling on the money, going where the waves are.
That's right. The ex-presidents rip off banks to finance their endless summer. Whoa!
The ex-presidents robbed banks to finance the endless summer. Yeah, what? Yeah, they jump on the desks. So Johnny totally buys into this. Totally believes it.
Pappas tells him he has to learn how to surf so he can get out there in the mix, get in with these guys.
Learn the moves, get into their heads.
Right. So people listening right now, you all don't know this. Alex is a top flight surfer. Mm-hmm. He has sent the Ghoul and I plenty of videos showing us his surfing prowess.
Which I didn't know until this week.
So, Alex, can you explain to us and the listeners the difficulty of learning to surf, and how long did it take you to really master the craft?
It's actually not that hard to paddle off the board and just get on it and ride. But, you start small, whatever. But I became a Zen master, I would say, around 25, because it's not too late.
I missed my fucking window then. Shit.
Yeah, you missed your window. 2 years of surgery.
I was going to say, I was just busting your balls with that whole fucking question, but you took that and ran with it.
Oh, yeah. And I lied at the end. So, yeah, the kid sells him the board. He died in the year 2000. Yeah, 24 years old of an overdose. And I like when he says, surfing's a source. It'll change your life. Swear to God. Johnny just looks at him and walks away. He doesn't even say anything to him.
Well, yeah, he's looking at him like, you're fucking 12, dude. What do you mean?
The FBI is going to pay him to learn how to surf. Even though it's for rubber people who don't shave yet. Even though he meets a bunch of grown adults doing it. So he damn near drowns on his first outing. Tyler Ann Endicott saves him and then starts screaming at him immediately. My name's Johnny Utah! Who cares? So I always say that. When I'm at the beach and I'm in the water, I always yell to my wife, I go, my name's Johnny Utah! Because I just have to do that.
Does she say, who cares?
Yeah, all the time. I just feel that's my way of living the movie. And I think I did it when I was surfing, and that one day I took those videos. Did you ever wonder, why does he give his real name?
Yeah.
I never actually thought about that, to be honest with you. Huh.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, you would think you just come up with something else. What?
Yeah, instead of Johnny Utah, I'll just be like Charlie Nevada.
So she knows how to change her entire clothing while standing in the street without showing anything, and
yeah, it's kind of sexy the way she does that. She's got that towel wrapped around her waist, and she takes her big bikini bottoms off, and then pulls those cut off jean shorts up just fast enough to where you can't see anything.
Oh yeah, so hot, dude.
Calm down.
So he runs her place.
Put your sex wax away.
And, yeah, that hot chick on the computer. So he finds out that both her parents died in a plane crash, and that's something he can use to get in. Now, it's weird. Why does he want to get in? It's weird that that's his surfing contact, because why would she lead him to the bank robbers? Does he just assume she probably has friends?
What do you want?
Shrimp and fries.
I mean, what do you want? Why do you keep hanging around here?
I need you to teach me.
Give me a break. Shrimp and fries. To go. Do you like something to drink with that, sir?
I'm serious.
I can see that you're serious. Forget it. Stick to tennis. I don't know, whatever you do good. Miniature golf. Number's 37.
You don't understand. I'm gonna learn to surf or break my neck.
What is it? You all of a sudden got this bug that you just have to go surfing? This is a line, right?
No. See, my whole life I've done things for other people. In high school, I played football because my old man expected me to. Mm-hmm. And my parents always figured I'd go to law school. So I did. Football scholarship, Phi Beta Kappa.
Is this gonna take a really long time?
Wait. So I'm a big hero to my folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But 2 years ago, they were killed in a car wreck. You can't imagine it. Your whole life changes. And I suddenly realized that all my goals had been their goals, and I hadn't been living my own life. So I wanted something for myself. So I come out here from Ohio a month ago. I've never seen the ocean before, any ocean. I never thought it would affect me so much. I'm drawn to it, or something. I want to do what you do. It's the truth.
I almost begin to... It's a weird thing, because you live through Tyler's eyes for a minute, which her eyes are piercing, by the way. She has, like, very...
Yep, 100%.
You begin to listen through her ears when he's telling this, because that look on her face as soon as he says his parents died, and you know that she's immediately thinking of her parents dying 7 years ago, or whatever it was.
Yeah, she locks right in.
Yeah, his story is very convincing sounding, the way he delivers it.
Oh, really good. Really good. You just see her totally melt, and that whole thing is gone for a second, but then she kind of gets back into her defense mode and is like, all right, listen, I'm not taking you under my wing, so I'll teach you a few things, and that's it. Meanwhile, she could have used this to, like, get a new boyfriend. He's so hot. He might as well.
And that's, like, using that thing is, like, the most, like...
Oh, it's horrible.
It's yeah, because, like, it's the only bad thing Johnny Utah does in this movie, to me.
It really is. So she starts teaching him how to surf.
Well, she does, like, what is she saying when she's like, oh, yeah, you got, or like, yeah, up.
You're surfing?
Yeah, you're surfing,
Pop
like, yeah, pop it, yeah, like, you got it.
So
now
Alex, you didn't start out like that, just like sitting it on the beach or on the sand and then trying to like just jump up perfect. You went straight to the water.
Yeah, should have.
Did you teach yourself how to surf?
Yeah.
Wow, no shit.
How about that guy laughing at him?
That's another thing.
What are you doing?
This like surfing culture, I think, is really funny because these surfing people think that they're like so much better than everyone else.
Well, everyone thinks they're better than everybody else as long as they're doing something besides coming home and watching TV all night.
It's true.
Like, think about it. Anybody in a karate class, anybody in gymnastics, any dancer, anybody in a band,
anyone on a podcast.
Yeah, anybody in a podcast. I think I'm better than everybody, though. I used to think I was better than you two till you joined my show.
Oh!
I didn't join your fucking show, bitch. We started a show.
Oh!
I did join, actually, though.
No. We restarted with you.
Who, with Ghoul?
Yeah.
Yeah. we did a hard reboot with Ghoul.
How about that song? I will not fall. I will not fall.
Is that what's playing when he's trying to surf?
Yeah.
So is there an actual? So Alex, that you listen to you're mainly through a Spotify guy.
Now, yeah.
Is that a playlist or is that like an official like soundtrack?
There's a real soundtrack, but someone I think created that one through all the songs on there.
So it's probably not on Apple Music then. Fuck.
It might be. I have the real one.
I'll have to look it up. I was gonna say, but the other thing we're gonna talk about is the score to this movie, which will come up multiple times, and definitely a particular scene for me. Oh,
man, so they see Bodhi surfing, and he's just ripping it up, and she says, "What does she say?" She says, "That's Bodhi." They call him Bodhi's Bodhisattva?
Boda Vista or something like that.
No, Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva. It means someone who's on the path to enlightenment. It's like a Buddhist term.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. Is that why they call him Bodhi? So I guess that's not his actual name?
Yeah, right.
You technically never really know his real name, I guess.
Wow, I never thought about that before.
His name is Lupton Pittman.
Isn't that War Child?
Oh, yeah, it's War Child. Okay, never mind.
That's War Child's name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, no wonder he calls himself War Child.
Yeah, you thought that was stupid. You'd hear his real name.
Holy fuck.
Did he call himself that since he was a child, or did he just take the child moniker when he was like 25?
Yeah, like at the first day of school in grade school, when the teacher would first do roll call, she'd call your name, or at least where I went to school. And if you had a different name that you preferred, like for me, they would say Christopher Taylor, and I would say Chris, like if you had something else. So in his class, they would say, what was it?
Do they have Lupton Pittman?
And he'd raise his hand and go, War Child, please.
Well, that's basically like me joining this and being like, instead of saying my real name, I'm just Ghoul.
The Ghoul.
I've never uttered your real name, and I never will.
You've said it. I think you said it once.
Damn it! Did I really? Fuck.
I think when we first met, but it was off mic, so it's not recorded anywhere.
Doesn't count. Yeah,
there's no proof.
Oh well, never happened as far as I'm concerned.
So Bodhi comes up behind them, sneaks up on Tyler, grabs her and shit, looks at Johnny's surfboard and goes, that's a surfboard, all right. Basically making fun of him without being a total dick about it.
Right. Looks like a 57 Chevy I used to own.
What I love about this too, as far as like building Bodhi's character, is that when he's sneaking up behind her, he goes like shh to Johnny, being like,
you're right.
Like I'm just like he's like kind of like coming off as like an already just like a friendly guy. Like he's like not a bad guy at all.
Yeah, I don't think he ever becomes one. I mean, listen, things went wrong, but listen, we'll take it scene by scene. But yeah, so just think the first communication he ever had with his buddy was telling him, "Shh." That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Building trust with each other. I'm asking you to be quiet. Can I trust you? You can. I could sneak up on this girl and kiss her. What's really weird, though, is that when he says the joke about the 57 Chevy, Johnny just kind of looks at him and almost doesn't smile or...
Right. It's like he doesn't know how to take that comment. It's like, are you being a dickhead, or are you just like kind of busting my balls a little bit?
But there's something so interesting about that, and something I love about that. It's a very passive, like, peaceful...
I was thinking also, it's like coming up, it's also your first interaction with him, so that's kind of like the aim for it, really. It's like hard to... You can't, like, you're not really trying to figure him out right away.
Maybe he just doesn't know what to say. You just call this guy a bodhisattva. You watch him ride waves, which you're learning to do, and you see he's like a master of this, and then he's like talking to you, and you're kind of like, probably just like, thanks. But he don't even go that far, It's like a weird thing. So here's the weird thing about this. He walks up behind Tyler, kisses her, holds her, and then says, let me talk to you for a minute. And he says, who's the new guy? Are you replacing me? By all intent purposes, you would think they're together at this point.
Right.
Between the kissing and are you replacing me?
And I think the way it plays out later in the movie, I mean, obviously he says, she was my girl. We shared time. So it's looking back at this scene in the movie, it's probably like they were still probably like fuck buddies kind of, here and there, just, every once in a while, the way they acted and stuff. But yeah, I mean, him saying that clearly, I mean, if you've never seen the movie before, it does make it seem like they're together when he says that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because he even says, I never saw her fall so hard. I don't think she did with me.
I don't think she did with me.
And it's like, you mean like when I took her from you?
Right.
Like, I don't understand. So yeah, they throw Bodhi the football. He misses the catch. Johnny catches it, and everyone is so impressed by this. And then when he throws
an impressive catch.
And then he even does the spin on his finger before.
To show, no problem, man. This is easy to me. Because look, I'm Johnny Utah, Ohio State Buckeyes. And then when he throws that ball back, did you notice he's left-handed?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Oh, really?
It always looks cooler when there's a left-handed quarterback. It's just something about the way they throw, even though it's really only just a right-hander flipped. It's just something unorthodox looking about the way they throw. It just makes it look like just cool. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Steve Young, who used to be on the 49ers. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He was left-handed, and I always just thought he looked like a badass every time he threw a pass.
Yeah, it's cool. So they're so impressed by his pass, probably, and that catch, that they decided to get a game going It's amazing. Like, this is what I live for. Like, when we watch movies, we want to get lost in it. We want to kind of live it out. And when you rewatch a movie, you want to relive those moments again because it was so great being there. So, like, to me, this is one of those things. Like, this is what makes this movie great. Like, I want to be with my buds on the beach, partying, chicks, bonfires, tiki torches, summertime, the ocean's right there. For some reason, people are willing to line their cars up and put their headlights on me without their battery dying.
I was going to say, aren't they fucking worried about their batteries? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like, it's amazing, though. And just, it looks so fun, and all the moves they're doing.
Like, even Rosie's playing. He's got fucking boots on, and he's just running around. He fucking, even Tyler scores a touchdown at one point, holds the ball up. Whose ball is this?
Who works here?
Yeah, if I'd have been him, I'd have grabbed that ball out of her fucking hand and punted it right in her fucking face.
Are you okay? What is your problem with Tyler?
I'm fine. What are you talking about? She just annoys the fuck out of me, dude. As an actress, not the character necessarily. I'm not a fan of Lori Petty at all.
You don't like Tank Girl?
I've never seen it, but I did see the commercials back in the day, and it looked like one of the worst fucking monstrosities that has ever been put to film. But I've never seen it, so I can't say that for sure.
Most people, I think, would agree.
Where's Puff Daddy when you need him? So Bodie starts to get pissed because he gets burnt. Utah does like a fake handoff and then throws a touchdown, and Bodie bites on the handoff and gets burned, and he's looking around like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I love when he looks around. Like
like he doesn't know what's going on, and then he realized he got burned, and then Bodie almost sacks Utah, but Utah gets a pass off right at the last second. Bodie tackles him and does like those animal noises. Ah! Ah! So mad that he didn't get him before he threw that ball. And then we get to...
I also noticed just the people who are on each other's side during the game. So Bodie's two more aggressive players on his side are on Utah's team, which is Roach and Nathaniel, who are realistically like the two more like ones who are like willing to actually like do violence against people if it needs to be. Whereas Bodie is in for violence, and then the other person on his side is Gromit.
Right.
So I'm glad you brought that up. We haven't talked about Nathaniel yet. Do you guys know him from a couple of 80s horror movies?
I know him from The New Kids.
I don't know what that is.
It's an 80s horror movie.
I feel like I've seen him before. I can't pinpoint.
Something else.
He's one of the crew in the graveyard in Return of the Living Dead. He's the one that's trying to hook up with Trash.
Yes.
And then he's also in Children of the Corn. He's the one that's like sacrificing himself on his 18th birthday, where they like cut his chest and he's holding the bowl of blood, or the corn bowl under his chest to catch the blood. Wow. And the guy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, It's my 18th birthday. He who walks behind the rose is coming for me," or something like that. I've seen those movies so many fucking times that even when I saw Point Break back then in '91, I immediately recognized him from those two movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. So now I guess I know him from three things, I guess, but that's fucking crazy. Holy shit, I never realized that. Holy fuck.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's an amazing... It looks like such a fun game. But Bodie eventually gets a ball, goes hauling ass. Now Bodie ran towards the water. Like, was he running away from Johnny? Yeah, but he could have just cut right. But instead, he ran along the water. Like, where was he going to touch it down? Like, where was he going to spike it?
Now, if you look at that part, when Bodie's got the ball and he's running down the water, right before it shows Utah tackle him, it shows a scene where the camera's over Bodie's like back shoulder, filming like Utah's POV view basically, and Bodie turns and looks. They are like 20 yards away from the water at that point. But then when it cuts to the next scene, when Utah tackles them, they're in the water. So it's just a really weird edit because he's not even close to the water when he turns and looks over his shoulder.
Did you see the edit I sent you guys in the skydiving, the Speed Star moment?
Oh, yeah.
I always notice that. How they break away and kind of come back.
that bothered me when I was a kid watching this movie. I was like, wait a minute, they were just clasped together as a circle.
Didn't notice it until this week when I was like,
really? Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you think that's a little out of line?
Whoa, cool it, Roach. Don't you know who this is?
No, I don't know who this is.
This is Johnny Utah, the Ohio State Buckeyes all-conference, remember?
Number 9, man. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Jesus Christ.
Johnny fucking Utah. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to get in your face.
Man, I knew you. It was the Rose Bowl. 3 years ago, you beat SC, right?
You did this.
Him.
That was one hell of a game.
No shit. Yeah, but you got nuked in the last quarter or something.
Yeah, I got my knee folded back about 90 degrees the wrong way.
Whoa, that's why you never went pro?
2 years of surgery, missed my window. Went through law school instead.
Law school? You're a lawyer? Wow. Well, life's not over yet, man. You're surfing.
Lawyers don't surf.
This one does.
No, I'm surprised. Yeah, that's funny when he goes, don't you know who this is? I'm surprised Roach didn't go, yeah, the guy that you invited over to play football with us earlier. No, I don't mean that. Do you know who it is? Johnny, I think his name is? No, not only that. He's Ohio State Buckeye quarterback, all conference finals, whatever. Like, and they're like, wow, so nice to meet you. And that handshake that Gromit gives is like so funny, right?
So when did Bodie realize that was Johnny Utah? Was it in that moment when he got fucking face planted into the surf? Then all of a sudden just clicked. Holy shit, that's Johnny fucking Utah.
Wait, that's how he tackles.
And it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
he was the quarterback who didn't even tackle people when he played.
It's a good thing that they didn't make this like movie now, because if they did, like, all they had to do is like Google Johnny Utah and you would have known, like, all right, failed sports career, is now involved in law enforcement, and this movie would have just been fucking over right then and there. Like,
Been over, dude. Maybe that's why he doesn't lie about his name, because apparently Bodie would have said, hey, listen, your name's not
Charlie Nevada.
Oh, Charlie, your name's not Charlie Nevada. I know you, dude. You're Johnny Utah. I used to have your face on the screen every weekend. Like, you're Johnny Utah. You're totally lying to us. Oh, yeah, bro. It's just I don't want people to recognize me. You know, autographs and such. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering why you were lying to us. It's not because you're in the FBI, right? Oh, no way, dude.
Well, then he says, he's like, yeah, I went to, well, he also says, like, as a person with, like, a relatively subtle knee injury, I fucking feel his thing. When he says his knee got folded 90 degrees the wrong way.
Dude.
Basically saying it got folded completely backwards in the opposite direction.
like, how is he even, yeah.
I would love to see that video.
Oh.
Like, you remember the Joe Theismann video? I want to see this.
Dude, that's so disgusting watching that Joe Theismann video. Yeah. They put that in there about his knee injury, obviously for foreshadowing because of what comes up later.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Oh, yeah.
It also explains the way he runs in most of his movies. Like Keanu.
He's not a Steven Seagal runner, though, right?
He's not, but he's... yeah, he doesn't have the dinosaur arms. He's got just weird legs.
And the guy goes, lawyers don't surf. And then already Bodie is like, this one does. Like, he's already taken up for Johnny. Like, he really sees something in him. Even here, he sees something in him obviously later, but even here, he sees something. So that does it for Chris, the Ghoul, and myself for part 1 of Point Break Month. This July 2024 on Dead Man's Party. Like I said, be sure to tune in July 8th, this Monday, as usual, for part 2, or don't complain about squat! Squat! See you next week.